today I thought I would just do my brow lamination and show you guys how I do them professionally. If you guys are interested in learning how to do them professionally, definitely keep on watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I will be showing you how to achieve those stunning laminated brows at home using salon grade materials. I used to be a brow artist and also have been trained, so I will teach you what I know and have learned along the way from different client scenarios on what really works to help maintain that laminated look. So whether you're new to this or looking to enhance your lamination skills, girls, I got you. So let's just dive right in. I am currently using the brand My Lamination, which is step 1, the lifting cream, and step 2, the neutralizing cream. You'll also need some cotton pads, saran wrap, an eyelash or eyebrow spoolie, some Q-tips or a lip applicator, some paper towels. I also use this Lash adhesive and this Lash glue balm. So these adhesives are totally optional, but I think this is really the secret to achieving those long-lasting lamination. I will actually explain more during the process. And for the tint, I will be using the Brow Code stain line along with the stain. Of course, you will need brushes to apply. And for the tint removal, you are supposed to use a silicone based or an oil based remover, but I actually run out, so I will be using a hair conditioner. Any hair conditioner works. I actually saw this on TikTok and I'm so glad, because it literally saves so much money and works like a charm without affecting your brow lamination or your stain. Okay, you guys, first off, of course, we need to clean our eyebrows. I am using a cotton pad, and the one that I'm using actually has these exfoliating beads on them, so it acts like a scrub. Actually got this one from Superstore. I'm sure you can find this at Shoppers or London Drugs. This scrub will actually help remove any dead skin, and this prep right here is super crucial, you guys. This will help your skin absorb the products better. After you're done, make sure you're drying the area with some paper towels, because of course we will need to apply the solution to a clean, dry area. And after, brush your eyebrows into place. For the lifting cream, I actually opted for the sachets instead of a tube because I feel like they don't go as fast as a tube would. Of course, it's totally preference, because for me, it will just be for personal use. So if you have a business, it would make sense for you to use a tube just because you will be going through many clients. So you won't have to worry about the expiry date and whatnot. With a lip applicator, apply a generous amount of the lifting cream, which is the step 1. The purpose of this step is to actually make your brow hair softer so they can be easily remolded into their new shape. I always apply in an upward direction. This will help shape the brows properly. And then after applying enough product, cover your eyebrows with saran wrap and then let it sit for 10 minutes. So for coarse hair, I would leave it for 12 minutes, and then for normal to medium hair texture like mine, I will be leaving it for 10 minutes, and for fine hair, I would do 8 minutes. I always like to check on my eyebrows halfway through, so since I have normal to medium hair, I'll be checking mine half time at 5 minutes. I am brushing upwards with a spoolie to shape my eyebrows and removing any excess product that is outside of my brow shape, and of course any extra I try to put it back in the brows. After 10 minutes, I then remove the saran wrap and gently wipe off the product with a paper towel, always brushing upwards and in the direction you want the hairs to lay. This is super important, you guys. Okay, so after we have removed everything, we will now move on to the neutralizing cream, which is the step 2. This follows the same steps and timing as step 1. So apply a generous amount of the neutralizing cream on each brows. So the purpose of this step is actually what makes your eyebrows sit in place. This is what's going to make it stick upwards or in the direction you would like them to be. I actually try to be really careful with this one and remove any excess product, because I feel like some people can be really irritated by this solution. And of course, any excess leftovers I just scoop up, I just put it back on the brow hairs. After that, we will cover again with saran wrap and leave for another 10 minutes. Again, I am checking at halftime and making sure to brush in the direction you want your eyebrows to be set in place. Okay, when the time's up, remove the product. Make sure to wipe off towards the direction of your brow tail. Do not wipe back and forth as we have officially finished laminating, you guys. And the next 24 hours is crucial. It's really crucial for them to really lock in that placement. And like always, brush them upwards or into however you would like them to sit immediately. I really like mine super fluffy. I really love that bold caterpillar look. You guys, I'm in that era right now, so making mine super fluffy. Before staining, like earlier, make sure to remove any excess lamination product on your eyebrows. This will prevent overcooking your eyebrows. You guys, I literally said cooking because it's true. This is like a hair perm, so at all costs, avoid any damage as much as you can. That's also why those timestamps I mentioned earlier, they're super important, and make sure you guys are really following them, especially with the type of brow textures you have. For the stain, I have here the brow coat stain with the cream oxidant. The ratio for this would be 4:2, which I will go further into detail. So I actually usually use a dark roast by itself, but today I will be using the colors dark roast and perfecto brown. Of course, make sure to shake them well before combining and mixing them 2 drops of each, equaling to 4 drops. After shaking the cream oxidant, add 2 drops. You can use any stir stick. I'm just using the end of a spoolie. I actually like to set a timer and let the tint oxidize for about a minute. This also, I feel like, gives it a better consistency for your brows when you're ready to stain. Like what I said, this part is optional, but I like to apply a lift adhesive. This step will act like a glue for your brow hairs. When you apply it, the brow hairs become really hard to move. I'm not kidding when I say glue, you guys, but this is actually what we want. It's so ideal for applying the stain. So these will be the brushes I am using to apply. These ones are super precise brushes where I can apply the tint exactly where I want it with little mess ups, especially giving me those sharp tails. With our freshly laminated brows, make sure to apply the stain in the direction of your hair growth and the direction towards your tail. So I actually prefer a fluffy look, like what I mentioned earlier. So I am staining upwards to imitate more hair volume, and I am also applying a generous amount. And for the final touches, when the tint has given a drier texture, I will actually apply another layer to really cover all the areas that I want tinted. I'm basically repeating this step until all the product that I have is basically gone. So you can leave the tint on for about 5 to 10 minutes. This really depends on how fast the tint dries up on your brows, of course indicating that it's done its job. I personally like to leave mine for 10 minutes. So my stain is fully dried now and I can finally remove. Since I ran out of tint remover, I will be using hair conditioner like what I mentioned earlier. You guys, this works as good as tint remover, maybe even better, because I feel like it conditions the laminated hairs. Well, if it does or it doesn't, like, it literally works wonders and saves money. I am applying a generous amount of conditioner to really remove the dried out tint. So I'm using a spoolie, which you can really use to scrub the conditioner in the brows to help remove as much of the tint as possible. And you will be repeating this until the tint has gotten a wet texture. Keep applying the conditioner and brushing until no product comes off. When it's clean and you have taken all the product off, use a paper towel to dry them clean, and like always, use a spoolie to fluff your brows into your desired shape immediately. Okay, you guys, my brows are looking super dark and fluffy. I'm literally obsessed. I love this look. For the final step, this is also optional, but I feel like super crucial. I will be using the Lash Glue Balm using a flat lash lift brush. This actually acts like the lash adhesive used earlier, but I feel like it's not as sticky. I like this one for the end because it's more malleable, and this will also flatten your eyebrows, keeping them set in place for the next 24 hours. Even when you guys are sleeping, you guys, they are not moving, they're not going nowhere. So make sure to apply a generous amount, ensuring that your brows will be locked into place. I am applying in a way to achieve that fluffy upward look that I love. So when the product is set, it will dry up nicely and I won't have to worry about accidentally nudging them down or whatever, because this will actually hold everything in place for the next 24 hours. So for aftercare, I advise no water on brows for 24 hours. Avoid excessive rubbing or touching on brows. Avoid direct sunlight because, like what I said earlier, we basically did a hair perm on your brows. And also, I would only get them done every 4 weeks minimum to really let your brows grow out and heal. Oh yeah, you guys, one more thing I wanted to mention. I'm not sure if it's obvious already, but of course, expect your tint to only last about 1.5 to 2 weeks at most. They
they do not last very long because it is just a stain. Of course, every time you wash your face, some pigment comes off, which is totally normal. And that's it, you guys. Your brow lamination and tint is complete, leaving you with the most beautifully fluffy brows that will last.
This is what it looks like with nothing on it. Just wanted to show you how it stays up so perfectly. It's like giving caterpillar vibes, but I'm loving the look. I hope you guys like this brow lamination tutorial. I really enjoyed doing it for you guys. You guys might think that my eyebrows look a little too dark, but I personally love it this dark and this fluffy. After the first or second wash, it actually does lighten up a lot. So that's why I tend to go lighter in my tints, because within the 1 to 2 weeks that it does fade, it will fade gradually a lot. So it's better to go darker than lighter and make it seem like that you didn't even tint your eyebrows at all. Let me know if you guys use any of these products. I love them and I will link them in my descriptions below. Bye.